Hey everybody, this is Dave with Valor Fire Training. We're here for another episode of The Hot Seat. We're at Fire Facilities booth at FDIC 2023, and I'm joined by Aaron Adams, who's the president of Fire Facilities. So, how did you get wrangled into this?
I don't know how to say no sometimes.
So, I have the same problem, and so I feel like that, all right. So you watched us do this last year.
I did.
And you laughed a lot while we were doing this last year. And so now, as we've been sitting here off camera, you're like, well, what do I do if I cry, or what do I do if it's too hot?
It was way funnier when it wasn't me. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
And I do want to say that I did ask you. I said, what happens if I start openly weeping? And you basically said, I'll just push through it and ignore you.
Just push through it.
Yeah.
You just got to push through it.
I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's going to be fun. So for those of you that don't know how this works, we ask a couple questions and we eat progressively hotter hot wings. And so as we're moving through, we're going to ask specific questions as they pertain to fire training buildings and the future of where that's going. And it'll be a great conversation, but this part may suck.
Yeah.
So I think we'll make it through. We'll be all right. So are you a wing, are you like the drum or the flat?
Any of it.
Really?
I like it all, yeah.
Okay, I'm a flat.
Flat.
I like the flats.
All right.
So if you don't care, then I'll just do the flats.
You just tell me.
All right.
I'm all down. Yeah.
So all of these
I'm along for the ride here.
all of these wings are naked, which sounds very. I know it sounds very enticing. Yeah, I think we can say that.
Right.
All right. So all these wings are naked. So what we'll do is we'll start with mild.
Okay.
Right. So we take the mild sauce, we take a bite, we enjoy. Then I ask you a question. And then we, kibitz a little bit, and then whenever we're ready, we'll go to the next one. All right, at any point you can walk away. You'll never live it down.
You already told me I couldn't.
You can walk away. Well, I mean, that's like against the law. That's like kidnapping. I don't want to go to jail. But if you walk away, you would be the first, and you'll never live it down. Yeah. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm in.
You do with that what you want.
No, I'm in.
All right, so the first one is just mild. So I'll let you dip your drum, dip your wings. Yep.
All right, does it matter?
And it's got to be the whole.
Ones you like. The whole?
You got to do the whole thing. You can't just take a bite.
So can I tear it apart?
Sure.
So it's easier to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That.
Okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
That good?
Yep. Now let me get mine so that we're doing it at the same time.
Okay.
Don't be like Jeremy from National Fire.
Exactly, because we've had people in the past that just they dabble.
Oh.
They dabble, and that's not cool. You can't dabble.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Be serious. I am.
All right.
Cheers.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Vinegary. Yep.
Yeah. Jinx.
And that's mild is actually my favorite out of all of them.
I still can't get it in my mouth.
So, tell people kind of how Fire Facilities came to be, and what the root of it was, because it has a really rich history. So tell everybody kind of what the history is.
So Fire Facilities has been around for 32 years. First two buildings that shipped out are still in service today, which is like really the claim of fame to the idea. You take a steel structure or take modern building materials that give you the ability to do expansive interiors all the way down to the closest tight confined space that you want. You put the structure together with red iron steel, so that you can build like a skyscraper and the building stays in service. You train when you want, how you want, and you get training available to you all the time. You don't get these buildings condemned, which is nice.
Right.
But we're a steel company. So a person that was in the industry, that was a firefighter, thought to themselves, you know what? This modern building material could probably be utilized for fire training and keep buildings in service, not have them condemned, have it up and running when people want to train.
Sure.
And developed the system for Fire Facilities, put it together, put it out there. Lo and behold, it works great.
Yep.
Over the years, we've had some advancements in technology and some patents that have come out as a result of successes that we've had, and we've continued to build on it. So yeah,
that's cool.
Started with the firefighters in mind, and it's evolved that way. Everybody that we have out in the field has been associated with the emergency services, even to this day.
Well, and one thing I do want to touch on too is that it's not just firefighters. It's you guys are kind of an all hazards thing. I mean, you do law enforcement, you do military, you do a lot of different things as well. And that was the cool thing is, like, I know when I went to Kearney, their fire department has a beautiful tower, but their police department trains in it too.
Yep.
And so it's kind of an all hazards type thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
yep. Simunition training. We do buildings for the military, police, and
Yeah.
fire, obviously. And there's a lot of cross-training that goes on, and even with budgets, people like
Yeah.
to budget together. So
Absolutely. Smooth walls, very smooth walls that are,
Yep.
you can adapt them to anything. So
Yep.
it's really cool. Okay, so the next one, I believe, is Caribbean Jerk.
Excuse me? What?
And it's Caribbean Jerk.
You've known me for at least a year at this point.
I know,
You're what?
right? So listen, I would never call you a jerk to your face. I'll always say it behind your back. But when I opened this earlier, it doesn't have a label on it, full disclosure, so I'm assuming that it's Caribbean Jerk. It smells like a baby diaper that was used
Oh.
and then somebody threw up in it.
Okay.
So if you want to smell it first and
Is
tell me
this-
what you think.
Wait a minute.
Just see what you
Wait.
think it is.
No, that's accurate.
I
That's
feel like,
accurate.
yeah.
It's accurate.
Okay, so we'll try it.
Alright.
If it's Caribbean Jerk, it's gonna be mild-ish.
All right.
But yeah, we'll give it a whirl.
All right. Well, let me get a drummy
Oh, trying out
here.
a drummy.
All
Okay. All right. Oh, it's like really thick and congealed.
It is. Yeah. Good. It goes well with the description.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
mean, it really helps.
Use baby
It really
diaper.
helps. The more I smell it too, it really. Yes.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's like really sweet,
Yeah.
and then it
okay.
hits you.
Okay. So a little about you. I think you're really good from a descriptive fire trainer perspective. I don't know if you ever use this portion and say you want to be on the Food Network.
Right?
I mean, I'm just
I
trying
appreciate
to
it.
help a brother out.
I feel like
Yeah.
depending on if I ever actually kill a contestant in the game, right? I might have to get out of the fire service. So that actually was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No.
It's sweet, it's
It is.
savory, but that's got a heck of a kick. That's
definitely-
pretty.
You definitely know you're eating something spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
you used to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
What is the single most important thing that you feel like we need to address in the training world today?
Boy, the single most important thing.
Single most, if you could pick one thing and just snap your fingers and have it fixed, what do you think it would be?
Now listen, this might be a little bit biased. I would love to say the funding process
Okay.
and the ability to allow for professional, volunteer combination departments to be able to put their visions in place when it comes to preparing the emergency service workers for the job that they have
Sure.
to do. And a lot of times it gets really caught in the quagmire of budgeting, funding, having the means available to put together a solid training ground, a solid training facility, be able to even put money together to train the personnel. So I would love to see that
Yeah.
fixed and be something that actually is easy.
Well, and it's funny because you hesitated there for a second. It's like, well, I'm kind of biased. I want you to be biased. Like, this is your
All right.
wheelhouse,
All
man.
right.
So I think you're 100% right. And I think that, for departments like mine that are smaller in a regional area, we have burn towers, we have burn boxes, but they're scattered. And so it would be awesome if every fire department could have one behind their station. Or, each department had one for every 5 stations or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're right, it does come down to funding.
Well, I would love to see just kind of the AFG grant. Everybody's aware of the AFG grant,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's out there. People know how to access it, but the way it's written isn't exactly firefighter friendly, right? It's like must be a mobile unit or be able to be moved.
Right.
The reality is, you could build a fixed facility that's a regional structure, and you're
Mm-hmm.
training multiple departments, multiple firefighters. You're bringing them into a home base that everybody can help fund, or you can get federal government funding to help the community support each other on a large scale. So that when FEMA comes in because there's a disaster, everybody's on the same page, right?
Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
so that should be the goal of any grant, is to get people squared away, not have people try and fit into the the very small little box of how the funding was written 25 years ago.
Right.
Right. It needs to adapt, just like the industry is adapting.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this, but I hate spicy stuff.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous that I'm
Weird
doing
idea
this,
you had.
right? And I don't like spicy stuff. But I feel like your answers need to get a little shorter as we keep progressing. Because as you were talking, my mouth is like starting to burn a little bit. I'm kind of getting the tickle in the back of my throat, and I'm like, this is a really great answer, but it's like the longest answer I've ever heard in my life.
Speed it up. Cut, edit, speed it up.
So you feel free, but just know that I'm over here suffering.
Okay.
I'm throwing that out there.
I don't know if that's going to help me speed it up.
Oh my God. So it was good. I will give it that. So now we're doing the mango habanero.
Oh, habanero usually's got something.
Habanero always has a little bit,
It's usually where you stop messing around.
This is where people stop laughing.
Okay.
This is usually where people go, okay, it's getting a little real.
All right, here we go.
So there are some,
Yeah, that's got more.
was it like a fine wine?
That's got like, it's got. Yeah. I don't.
Hold on a second.
Oh, that's circa
Yeah,
2003.
it's from Napa. It's delicious. All right, you ready?
I am. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's habanero-y. Yeah. And I hope your mic's got like some ASMR like chewing from me. I like it though. I mean, it's got.
Oh yeah, oh sure, yeah.
I didn't get the whole wing on my.
That's not hot to you at all.
It's getting there. You know you're alive.
Oh, I'm alive. I can feel every minute of it, yes. So, this one specifically, and we've talked about this in the past, the habanero, and everybody does spice differently. This is the one that for me, it's like needles on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
And it's almost like my throat is just numb.
Yeah, it's getting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking the next step. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, what year did you start in the fire service?
2000.
2000, okay. So, what is the one piece of equipment?
Before that, I was a cop. So
We're not going to talk about that. We don't talk about cops. Thank you for your service, really, yes.
You're welcome.
But we all know that you came over to the fireside because it's better.
Well,
So, oh my God. Okay, so what is the one piece of equipment from before you got hired that you wish you could have back that's like not allowed? So like 3/4 boots, long coats, whatever. I'm starting to drool uncontrollably.
that I wish I could have back.
What's the one thing that you wish you could have back in the fire service now that you can't?
Oh, geez.
Open cabs.
So that's what I was just thinking of. So when I originally got hired, there was one engine on the department that was an open cab engine, and I was young and stupid.
Right.
Now I'm
As we all
older
were.
and dumber. But it was something when that thing, and it was a reserve, and when that would go, the brief time that it was there after I got hired, 2000. It doesn't seem that long.
No.
I guess we're talking
23 years ago. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but we're the old guys now.
Yeah, so I guess the thing was probably from the 80s, I don't know. But it had an open cab on it. And there was something kind of like tough about, being in the Chicago area and dead of winter. And how's everything?
Just
Good?
keep talking,
Yeah,
you're good.
Good. About going on a call in the dead of winter, if it's like freezing rain or whatever, and you're sitting out there and you're feeling gritty a little gritty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now in my, I don't know, can I swear on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Now that my hands are like softer than puppy shit, because all I do is pretty much,
Yeah.
work behind a desk or
Right.
stand at a desk.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd be that tough anymore. I think I would like a nice enclosed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started out in a Ford C-Series open cab, and it had the canvas cover that would go over the back, that had the little plastic windows that you could see out of, and it didn't do anything. It was still cold or rainy or hot. It didn't matter. It was just miserable. Oh yeah, thank you for making me, yeah. But yes, I agree with you. I think open cabs are good. So let's go to the next one, and there's a reason why I asked that question before this one. So this is going to be wild, which I'm told is not mild. It is
You
quite
did
hot.
the M upside down.
Yes, which I think is like a cruel joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes you think that you're going to get something. And
Right. Oh, speaking of which, having your hopes dashed. I forgot to warn you.
yes.
When we're done with this, do not go to the bathroom and touch yourself for at least 15 washes of your hands.
Noted.
Okay. I
Noted.
forgot to tell you that, and I
Thank
don't
you.
want you to regret going to the bathroom.
Noted. Okay. I think I'm sufficiently, dipped.
Oh, God.
This might be where the nose starts running.
Yeah, yours isn't yet?
Not yet.
All right.
Yeah, but it's probably going that direction.
This looks like what I thought the baby diaper one would, what it smells like. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It has the look of the other one.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I am.
All right, let's go. Oh, God.
That's gonna build.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. So these are all deceiving. They go right at the beginning, they're fine for like 5 seconds, and then it hits you in the back of the throat. Oh, that
That's
was
gonna
dumb.
linger. That's
Yeah.
gonna have some linger to it.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason that I asked about the stuff that you wish you could have back is, where do you see the training world moving forward? You know, there's a lot of talk about technology. I know you guys are releasing some stuff with virtual simulation.
Yep.
So talk to me about where you see the future going from here.
I think that's exactly it. I think that now we have seen a nice advancement in technology to where, like, for example, we're doing this immersive experience that we're building right now, where we can load the tower models on there. We can even do customized versions of them, and you can potentially go in there, click on your tower model, and go through like a 1403 pre-plan, burn plan prior to training, throwing ladders, going to where the seat of the fire is, pulling hose, adding crew, taking crew out. Maybe someday we're able to advance it to the point where we can even do airflow through the building. So when you do a vent, what happens when you vent here? What happens when you close an opening on the other side? Really doing some cool stuff by utilizing technology. Right now we're at the basic building blocks of that, where it's like a video, like kind of a first-person video game situation, and I would encourage people to get on our website at firefacilities.com and check it out. We're going to be launching it today, tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow. This is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when you're going to shut up.
I'm gonna stop now, but I think integrating technology into the physical aspect of what we do is very relatable, especially to the newer generation of firefighters. Even the older generation of firefighters get it.
Yeah.
But the newer generation, it's second nature, and we need to really accommodate how people think, process what they've been a part of.
Yes.
Have that
So
iPad in front of them.
I got about 47% of what you said, and I got to be honest. I think you're right. I think you're heading in the right direction. I think that
Your voice cracked.
I know this happens, and I'll start getting the hiccups here in a minute. You got me really excited when you said pulling hose. I perked up for that one.
Sure.
I heard that.
Yes.
I also heard, moving forward and selecting your own tower, which is cool.
Yes.
And using it for like pre-planning your training. But yeah, I think in the big scheme of things, that's the missing link that we've never really had.
Yeah.
Because you can have the tower and you can have simulation, but there's never been a blend of the two, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that I agree with, and you should go to firefacilities.com.
Are you sweating?
I am sweating my ass off.
You are sweating.
I am sweating my
Can you
ass
get
off.
the lights turned down? Excuse me.
No,
Maintenance
it's-
out here?
So-
Maintenance around? No, I can't. They're not.
Like the back, my back is, I can just feel it, like
yeah?
running. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay.
Okay. That's
That's the one.
not even messing around. It actually says what it is.
Yeah, it just says
It's not
blazing.
even messing around.
Yeah, blaze
Right?
it, blaze in.
Blaze in.
Not the whole word, just
That's
blazing.
Too much to write.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. This one could be.
This just looks. So I was told. Hold on.
Yeah, hold
on.
Standing by. Technical difficulties.
So I was told that if you mix wild and blazing,
Yeah.
that's like the worst thing you could ever imagine.
Really?
And so we'll see how we do with blazing, but I think I might want to try it. I don't know.
I think that,
I'm a glutton for punishment.
yeah.
All right, so let's try this. You do your 2.
All right, well,
God, you're weird, man. Why do you rip them in half?
Listen, I've heard that before. I want to make sure I get as much. That's a lot of sauce.
That
Can
is
I
a lot
knock
of
some
sauce.
of that off of there?
You can.
It looks like it's just spreading it around. It's not working at all.
Once it's
just
on
spreading-
there, it's on there. It's
just
not going
spreading it
anywhere.
around. That didn't work. Oh, jeez. All right. That's how it's going to go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. That's no joke. No, that's no joke.
So this one,
That's hot.
it tastes like tomato sauce,
No,
and then it's like out of nowhere.
it's like cold lava. It's like somehow it's like cold lava, like it's cold, but it burns the crap out of you.
That's. I am
Yeah.
so sorry for Aiden and Nick who are sharing a room with me tonight. I am so incredibly sorry. I make sure. We'll see if we can crack a window or something.
How do you clean the mustache after something like this? What
don't
happens
know.
there?
I didn't even hear what you just said.
I'm just.
I saw your lips moving, but
You
I
have to-
can't tell what you're saying.
Do you comb it out? Do you have to do you wash it? Use a toothbrush?
I put ice cream in there and I let it melt.
Oh, that's got. That's got something.
That was dumb.
That's got something to it. Yeah.
Anybody else want to try this?
Tell you what, you'll have fun.
All right, so I got to get the question out. So,
This may be the shortest answer you've ever gotten in your life. Yes. Yes. It gets hotter when you drink water.
so if you could,
That's not how it's supposed to work.
So if you could go back as a firefighter, right? And,
Yes.
and speaking to firefighters, if you could go back to the first day what advice would you give yourself, knowing what you know now?
First day me as a firefighter. It's hard to concentrate with that.
I'm sorry, I have to because I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
I would say go out of your way for me, not only to like ask the questions of the more senior, more experienced members of the department, but also like actually take the time to maybe document it, because you get so much information thrown at you so quickly, and this is so hot that
I'm sorry, man. I'm drooling.
it's literally that drinking out of a fire hose analogy is truly true your first couple of years. There's so much to know. It takes so much experience to be good at this gig. But there's so many people that you work with. I was very fortunate to work with that were experts across the board. I was so lucky to have so many good people with such good experience that were willing to share it.
You said that already.
I just wish
Good people, we got it. Keep going.
You could document it so like you can take basically a book of it.
Yeah.
And you can go back and reference it.
That is true.
You know what I mean? It's just that's hot, right?
I feel. Don't encourage him.
Yeah.
Kathy is sitting off screen going, keep going, keep going. Oh, wrap it up. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. We'll wrap it up. I'm dying. I'm dying.
It's hot.
Are you okay?
It's hot. No, I am.
Hey, you didn't quit.
No.
So I will say that I have forgotten a lot of the nuances of when I first started, and I wish I would have written that down as well. This actually hurts when I talk, and it feels
does.
like my teeth
It does.
are
Yeah.
burning
It's more
from
back-
the
it's more
inside.
back here.
Yeah,
It's
do
more
you
back
feel like
here.
the teeth
It's
are
here.
burning from the inside?
It's like back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's back here. It's on the top and the bottom.
This is horrible.
It's hot. It is hot. And
All right.
I'm almost afraid to swallow.
I know. It's.
Yeah. It's good.
I don't think we should do the. Do you want to do the combo?
We should do the combo. Mainly
Damn
because you
it.
don't want to do it.
Why?
'Cause you don't wanna do it.
this to me.
Because you don't want to do it.
All right, fine. If we're gonna listen, we're already here. We
We're
might
already
as well. It's like
Yeah.
you already got 15 credit cards. What's one more?
Yeah. Leave it to the guy from New Zealand to come up with genius ideas. To
I
not
know,
let
right?
us slide out of that. Kind of like, oh, let's just act like we didn't talk about it. Right? Yeah. Thank you, by the way.
So
Appreciate
dumb.
that. Yeah. So how do we do one first and the other? Do we mix?
Hold on.
Okay. Do this and then go back.
I think you just dip and dip.
And
I don't
dip.
think we should mix.
And then go back.
It's like Ghostbusters. Don't cross
Do
the
that.
stream.
It's
just,
too late. They're already.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I'm getting the
this is-
burps and the hiccups.
Are you seeing the light?
Listen, I'm halfway there. I can see the light and I don't want to run towards it because I'm already halfway to the depths of hell with this sauce.
Gosh.
All right, we used to be friends and we
Yeah.
used to be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see how it.
Yeah. We'll make up.
Any words?
I don't want to swallow it. All right, you know what? You get to ask a question this time.
I was gonna ask you a question.
Oh. So like,
So now that
all joking aside, real talk for a second.
Oh,
Do we have a trash can?
we all the way over there.
That's everybody's going. All right, I got my exit plan. We're good.
All right.
Go ahead.
So now that you're getting to be a podcast veteran, what has been the best part of doing that and engaging with the community?
Screw you for making me think.
We're
All right.
gonna have to call for a cleanup on aisle 10.
There's going to be cleanup on aisle 10, 11, and 12.
aisle 57, 39.
Oh, God.
Cleanup stat.
All right, so what was the question again? I got the first 3 seconds.
Now that you're becoming an experienced podcaster, you are. What is the best part about engaging with the community, the firefighter community there?
So that's a great question. I love it, and I'm going to try and give the world's shortest, most succinct answer I
Yes,
can ever
you
give.
can't just say yes.
No, I can't on that one. So, hey, buddy. Chief Brian Brush, everybody. Chief Brian Brush. So, the thing that I love about it the most, when I first started, it was an outlet. It was a way to kind of like get my voice out there and just get my emotions off my chest. And I didn't even really think people were listening to it. And then locally, I had a couple guys who were like, "Hey, man, I heard your podcast. It was really good." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I went to a conference and somebody.
running.
I know. No, yeah, it's your turn. You just shut up and listen to me. So, yeah.
It's painful.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you snot all over your shirt.
I might.
So,
I might.
but then I went to a conference and I had somebody come up to me and they were like, "Hey, I sat there and listened to your podcast and I talked to the crew that I was working with and we went out and we trained on what you were talking about and it was great." And that was like the next level, right? And so since I've been doing it, it's been amazing. The people that have contacted me, or like even being here at FDIC and walking through the halls, and I've had like 3 or 4 people stop me and be like, "Hey, you're Dave Mellon," and I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like,
You didn't start running like
did
you
I
used
do
to?
something? Do I owe you money? Like, why are you coming at me like that? And they're like, "No, man. Like, we listen to your podcast. You know, I have a guy that took a class of yours, and so it's when I hear those cool stories about things that people are learning from Valor Fire Training or anything that I put out there on my podcast. If I can make one firefighter one way better in their entire career, my job's done."
Sure.
And so, not just about me. I want to tell this story because it's the Valor Fire Training cadre. It's everybody. But we actually taught a class in Kearney, Nebraska, and one of the departments that came to the fire facilities. Yeah, do we have more water? Just real quick. How did you get 2 bottles? Asshole.
I pre-planned it on the fire facility's immersive experience.
He's just that guy.
Oh, that makes it feel better for like 4 seconds. Anyway, so we had a group come from a smaller town in Nebraska, a career department, and they actually took our class, learned about searching off the hose line. Their department culture was they take a hose line on everything. So their search team, the overhaul team, the truck crew, everybody had a hose line. And so we kind of showed them how they could do it more efficiently and more effectively. And so when they went back to their department about 3 months afterwards, they had a grab from a house fire. And
Nice.
the kid that went in, oh, thank you so much. So the kid that went in and made the grab, he goes, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a car in the driveway. I knew that based on the statistics, the person's gonna be somewhere between the front door and the bedroom. So he beelined it to the bedroom, and when he opened up the door, the guy was laying just inside the door. So he called out on the radio, grabbed the dude, brought the guy out, said he's unconscious, he's not breathing, possible cardiac arrest. The medic from the or the ambulance, who was also in our class, brought the cot right to the front door. They drugged this dude out, put him right on the cot, started compressions. Before they got to the local hospital, they had pulses back. And unfortunately, he didn't survive, but they gave time for the family to get there. He was an organ donor, so he was able to donate his organs to help other people. And so when we got that email, I was just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, that's because of what we taught as a cadre in that class. And so once I dug into it, I found out that the only reason why they came to the class was because of the social media and the podcast. They were like, oh, these guys are going to be close. So coming full circle, I mean, that's been the biggest part of it and why I love doing it. And there's some part of it that is just cathartic for me, but it's always going to be more about getting them better, to be better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how was that answer? Was that long enough for you?
It was a great story, but why does your circle, your circle could have been this big full circle. It didn't have to be, honestly, you could have gotten the same, I think, bang for your buck.
I was watching the gears
without
turn. You're like, where is he going with
being
this?
big. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of time.
Yes.
That's a
time.
good-
It's like a
yeah.
circle.
It is.
It's like a circle of life.
I do appreciate you all putting yourselves out there and bringing information that's current, cutting edge, also the traditional stuff, talking about how they meld, how they don't.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I love
Thank
seeing
you.
it. That's why we like to support
Yeah.
that situation and
Absolutely.
podcasting and dynamic education. Because
Oh.
it definitely makes a difference. There's no doubt about it, man.
Absolutely.
So thanks for doing what you do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing everything that you do.
This is hot.
So yes, it is very
It's
hot.
hot.
So I'm going to go find the nearest ice cream stand.
There you go.
But first, I want to thank Fire Facilities for allowing us to first interview you.
Thanks for hurting
Right.
me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but you're kind of a big
Emotionally,
deal.
too. Yeah,
You're kind of a big deal. So for me to be able to interview you and cause you pain,
Sure.
top of my list. Top of my list. Jake Barnes handled it like a true gentleman and a scholar, but you're a close second. But no, thank you to Fire Facilities for letting us do the podcast here. Thank you to them for sponsoring us. They've been awesome partners to work with. So if you're here at FDIC, come to the Fire Facilities booth. And you guys are here all week until Saturday, right?
Till Saturday at 1.
Until Saturday at 1.
5739, booth 5739.
Stop on by, and I'm
And
gonna leave a couple of the sauces for you all.
Let me do a shameless plug too. Over at the ISFSI booth,
Okay.
we're giving away a Leatherman tool.
Oh, cool.
So if you
okay.
go over to that booth, get an entry form, bring it back over here to 5739, and drop it in the bin. Beautiful Leatherman tool. Good quality thing.
I'm now banned because we did this. I'm now banned from winning that. He's gonna see it and be like, "Oh, Melon."
true. What he doesn't know, he was banned before.
All right. Until the next time we talk, take care, be safe, and we'll talk to you
You
soon.
can't play with sharp things.
I don't get to play with sharp things.
Thank you.